As I'm doing this video, I'm currently at the cancer clinic in my third round of chemo. And according to my oncologist, taking Xanax might be able to alleviate some of the symptoms, the more severe symptoms that I've been complaining about lately. Okay, with that said, I'm going to go to the main topic of this video, and that is resource-based economy technology that's in use today. Of course, the critics of RB will tell you that RB technology will never work, yet in reality, it is working. At least the elements, certain elements of the RB technology that exist today are working. And I think one of the biggest examples of RB technology today is the internet. And I think one example of this, explaining how this is Jacques Fresco's 1974 interview with Larry King. I remember one time he mentioned that people don't need to have records or tapes of their music. They can just go online and access music that way. Well, he didn't really say go online, but he was referring to the internet, of course. So yeah, we do have the internet as an example of an RP technology, and I, like many other people, have gone on the internet to look for music to listen to, just like Jacques Fresco predicted back in 1974. Another good example of RBE technology, or say RBE traditions or uses today, is freecycle.org. FreeCycle is an organization where members can ask for or give away products that they no longer use, but instead of throwing these products away in the trash or whatever, they give them to other free cyclers. Like, for example, when I joined FreeCycle back in, I think, 2004, I had an old bike that I didn't want to deal with anymore, so I contacted FreeCycle. I posted more specifically, I posted my need to get rid of this bike on the FreeCycle site, and about 10 minutes later, somebody responded and said they wanted to get my bike. And either later that day or the next day, they came over to my house and got my bike. A few months after that, I asked for a laptop, not the best top-of-the-line laptop, but more like a used laptop, although a top-notch laptop would be nice. But anyway, I did ask for a laptop, and somebody responded and said they had the laptop they no longer had need for, so I went over to their house and got the laptop. And that's kind of like how it would be in an RBE, because products are free in an RBE. You don't need to buy them, and since an RBE is about energy and resource efficiency, it would make sense to share or give away products you don't want to use to people who don't want to use them. And let's see, the third item I have on my list about RBE technology today is Zipcars, which is as you may know, is a car rental service, which I like to call the automotive equivalent of Netflix. And that brings me to another RB technology today, which is Netflix. Of course, in the monetary system, Netflix costs money, but in a resource-based economy, something like Netflix could exist for free. The whole point of the whole RB aspect of Netflix is the reuse of resources, the reuse of goods and services, as opposed to you already say services, well, whatever the case. It's a reuse of products that helps makes things sustainable. Yeah, let's say it that way. Because it's not efficient to just buy some product, dump it in the trash, even when you can still use it. It's better to let somebody else use it when you don't use it yourself. Another good example of RB technology today is 3D printing. Um, let's see. One thing about 3D printing that I've noticed is that it's kind of killing capitalism. At least that's what I've heard, or that's what I interpret anyway. Because with 3D printing, any Joe Schmo can slap together their whatever products they want. Of course, it's not quite that to that level yet, but eventually, the technology will be so cheap and efficient that most people will probably want to manufacture their own stuff and go out and buy it. And that's where technology is compatible with the RBE concept of the whole resource efficiency thing. Like, for example, if a business wants to put together, the song is distracting me, but anyway, okay, I'm gonna ignore that. Anyway, if a business comes up with a new product and they're not sure how much of that product they have to sell, they'll just manufacture a certain amount and see what happens. And of course, there's a good chance that they're not going to sell much. They're not going to sell very many of those products. And the next thing you know, you have a giant stack of stuff. They have a giant stack of stuff that's not sellable. But with 3D printing, it's more energy efficient. It's more resource efficient. You can just print stuff on demand. Print stuff on demand. And if people have that stuff at home, then it's kind of a cost savings thing. And as I said before, it's compatible with the RB concept. And similarly, another example of RB technology today are ebooks, and that's mainly because of a resource issue. An ebook consumes a lot less resources, as far as I can tell, than a traditional print book. A print book that requires the destruction of trees, which we need to produce oxygen for this planet. And we have it's not just the conservation of resources, but also the conservation of energy. It takes less energy to produce an ebook than it does a print book. As you may or may not know, or as I've said before, resource-based economy focuses on resource and energy efficiency, and it's a good deal more efficient to create an electronic book than it is to produce a print book. Okay, another thing on my list is our autonomous vehicles. Let's see. This is kind of related to the technological unemployment issue. In RBE, there will be lots and lots of automation, lots of computerized mechanisms and whatnot. So, let's say in an RBE, you might want to order some good or service. It can be delivered to you by an autonomous vehicle. And autonomous vehicles are a good idea even in the monetary system, except for the technological unemployment aspect. Of course, in an RBE, because there's no money, autonomous delivery vehicles would be a good idea. Let's see. I think I've finished my list for now. I might do another list in the future. But before I go, I'd like to ask a question the question is not quite related to the main theme of this video, to Babylon 5 fans. And the question is, have you noticed that the Galactica looks as if it were built by the Earth Alliance and the Narn regime? I'm just saying. If the Earth Alliance and the Narn regime went to slap together a warship together, it probably looked like the Galactica from the Reimaged series. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, that's it. See you later, Ralph Nader.